What about being so good that you're celebrated by the people you help and you're doing meaningful work and they happen to pay you to do the meaningful work, right? Something about you guys are in construction. How do you leverage today? Okay, not everybody wants to speak or coach or train or write books, right? But there are ways you can use what you're learning here today internally with your company. What if the only people you ever help is your own employees? What if you change their life? You're still going to get paid, yes or no? They're going to work harder for you. They're going to engage more. You're going to get paid. You don't have to take it to the marketplace. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to do what you do. So how does this apply to me? Well, it applies to you because you do have a unique skill and you are distributing that skill through your work to other people. And it could be you're monetized on the back end as they just work harder, or it could be you're monetized on the front end, right? So I kept thinking when Brad was speaking about a word called that I started using many years ago, which is opportunity brokering. The truth is Brad's not selling you or pitching you his services, and I'm not pitching you my services just for the money. It's because I actually believe that there are levels of mastery to things, right? Like I went through the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People certification, and some people, they hadn't even read the book when they showed up to go through the certification. Right? I'd already read that book 47 times, knew every habit. I was ready for mastery. They were at the beginner level. So when you hear people say pitching or selling, I actually believe that you got to go deeper to master something, which is why you need to extend an offer. You are not pitching your services. What are you doing?
Offering.
You're offering people a chance to go deeper. They don't have to take it. I mean, everybody gets so caught up in, I don't want to go and be pitched. Right? It's like, hey, I believe in mastery. If you would like to go deeper with me, then you got to go to the next level and we got to keep going. Like if you look at anybody earning over $500,000 a year in personal income that I coach, I have been their coach, most of them for a minimum of 3 to 5 years. It ain't been 6 months or one course, right? All the top money earners have reached such a level of mastery, they could teach my stuff. They've gone through person of interest 6 times. I mean, there's no telling how much Nick's gone through in a very short period of time, like a year. The dude's probably gone through, hundreds of hours of content already in a very contracted period of time. He's going to master it much faster than other people right? Because the more times you hear it, there's no way you can't get better. The more times I'm around him, I get better. What if I was around him every day? What if I was being trained by him every day in an online academy? What if I had access to his thinking? You know, if Dan didn't ask me, could he handle the cleaning at the Greatness Factory, I might not have said, right? Maybe somebody else would have been doing the cleaning. But he asked me, and I need it. So why not let him do it? You see where I'm going with this? So I think when you're here and maybe you're not in the speaking world or you're going like, how does this apply to me? The reason you do want to build a personal brand is because return on objective. The objective is not to become famous for famous sake. Like there's a lot of TikTok influencers that are famous, right? That they're not that talented. It's like, I wouldn't do anything with that person. But
Look at Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. So what you're doing is really, the objective is to become known. We say famous, but what does the word famous mean? Known. Renowned. Celebrated. What about being so good that you're celebrated by the people you help and you're doing meaningful work and they happen to pay you to do the meaningful work, right? So that's why I really want you to open your mind today, because you could do this internally, externally. You can get paid on the front end. You can get paid on the back end. You can get paid in equity. You can get paid in overrides. You can get paid a lot of different ways. So don't get caught up in that part, but get caught up in exchanging your talents to help another person, and you will get paid. It's just a matter of time and how much you're going to get paid.
Yeah, and equity is a big one right now.
Yeah.
So a lot of you guys, including me, think, well, I like the money. Well, equity is more valuable sometimes.
Yeah.
I had a guy that put on the same conference. This was a long time ago. Just started Lightspeed. And he wanted me to pay $10,000 to be at his conference. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, I don't have the $10,000 handy, but if you let me show up, anybody that I sell there, I'll pay you on. And he said, no, I want the money. So I went and borrowed the money, gave him his $10,000, and when I showed up there, I closed like 4 or 5 people that have been my customers for 15 years, and he would have overrode those customers to the tune of millions of dollars.
Yep.
But he didn't want the equity, he wanted the 10 G's.
Yep.
You know, and right now, especially what you were talking about, what you do, you walk into a dentist and say, hey, you ain't got the money to pay me to show you, I'll show you, give me X% of the organization.
Yep. And
they'll do it. Companies will do it. Because I mean, what would you rather have? 80% of a billion or 100% of a million?
Yep.
Alex Hormozy, that
Yep.
whole acquisitions.com model,
Yep.
he's taken equity in all these companies that need his marketing help. And I'll show you how I'll blow up your company, bring in the leadership, which is what he does. Take our marketing expertise and make your company 5-10 times more valuable and help you exit it because he knows that too.
Yep.
So people are like, boom, done. They sign over freaking
Yep.
half of their company to him, which is a good deal for him, great deal for the customer. Why? Because again, dude, I'll give anybody half of all my companies if you can triple their value. Yeah, triple.
All right, so what questions do you have as we finish up today? And then we'll let the VIP people do a tour of Lightspeed because I really want you to see that. I know you've been here all day and you probably got some good stuff, yes?
Curious if Brad wants any equity in a shark deterrent swimwear business.
Shark deterrent. Again, are you the dude that hits me up on social media all the time? Huh. Like I said, I'd need to see and hear what you're talking about.
Isn't that a beautiful concept, those shark deterrent?
It sounded good then and it sounds good now. The question is, what's the details? Yeah, what does it cost me for half, number one, or a fraction?
Yeah.
He's like, who said half? What does it cost me, number one? And then number two, again, I mean, shark deterrent. You know, I'm not too worried about sharks. Anybody in here worried about sharks? See? One customer. There's your investor right there. See, because like I don't go in the ocean. I do not voluntarily become part of the food chain.
See, you're working on it.
Well, no, if I had
Everyone
deterrent,
that goes
hey, you didn't
thinks
say
about
shark proof, you said deterrent.
Everyone that goes thinking about it. They're like,
Yeah,
I
you said deterrent, and they still might lose a leg, but you won't lose a life. Apparently, you got like swim trunks where if the shark happens to bite you in this region, you're safe. You take your foot, take your arm, take your head. You don't put the shark deterrent on your head, do you?
It lowers the chances that a shark will basically come anywhere near you. But
Right, do you know how I lower the
can't
chances?
Stab the sharks.
Yeah, so again, I'm being funny, but at the same time, I'm not, because that's why I've never really, got serious about that, because, I'm not a surfer. Now,
I've got to know how many people are getting shark bit. Shit.
listen, O'Neill, shark attacks are happening more and more.
Yep.
But O'Neill swimwear, like that's a prospect. So
It's not like sharks are some like big murderous danger. It's just that Hollywood has perpetrated that narrative.
Yeah, that's
are
right.
you going to dinner?
It's in everyone's mind.
Are you going to dinner?
Unfortunately, I'm not.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say, let's talk a little bit more about it, because again, I mean, if you send me a plan and it makes sense and I think I can help you, well then yeah, I'd be interested. Because maybe helping you is to get it into O'Neill or somebody that would actually,
That was my thought, is you could help me sell it in a matter of
70
lower time
attacks
than
a
it
year.
would take
Yeah.
me.
But again, put it in writing. There's
A big
another
sample size
lesson,
there.
folks.
I don't know, sir.
Get it in writing.
Yeah. Well, he's got to package it. That's what I told him on the break.
That's why I'm here.
It's
I
got,
was
okay,
planning to package
so think of it this way. He's got an idea. That idea has to be packaged into what? What is packaging again? Anything the consumer can feel, touch, taste, or see. You could do a video showing somebody getting bit by a shark. You can do, you could like you can package it into a concept. But that's what they're going to ask for, is like, show me the pain, the problem, the solution. Like, show me your deck. Show me your deck.
What?
D-E-C-K. Show me your deck.
He gets close every time, like his new book, Screw Your Why.
Yeah.
That's not what I hear when you say that.
Screw your wife is what he hears. Because of the accent. Okay, all right, so you understand what I'm saying, though? Everybody in here has got to take an idea and package it, guys. I don't care what you do for a living. Then you got to market it. Then you got to monetize it. Every person. Hey, it's Coach Micheal Burt, and I like to say nothing happens until your prey drive is activated. That prey drive is your instinctual ability to see something with the eyes or in the mind and have the persistence and the intensity to pursue it. The first step to securing your seat at a bigger table is activating you. That's exactly what the Prey Drive Planner helps you do. This is the same tool I use every week to plan my biggest goals, break them down into daily actions, and hold myself accountable. The planner even includes my morning routine as a reference, so you can follow the same steps I do to crush it every day. If you're ready to activate your Prey Drive, download the Prey Drive Planner for free at planner.coachburt.com. Again, that's planner.coachburt.com. Now, let's get into this episode.
You're my coach. I do a lot of work with you. What do you think? Leaving here, I got a lot of good ideas, but what do you feel that maybe one thing that I need to definitely take a step in that I'm not doing?
You have to decide the biggest level 10 opportunity available to you and get focused on that opportunity. A level 10 opportunity is the greatest opportunity available to you that you're not focusing on.
At this time.
At this time. So, so when you come to this, there's a lot of information. If you just get one concept and go, I'm going to go back and tackle this one thing. So you got to get clear on what that big level 10 is.
See, and again, he names it. Level 10 sounds cool. What I say is lowest hanging fruit. We've all heard that. Level 10 and lowest hanging fruit is probably similar things, I would imagine. He just packaged the level 10 because to me, what he's saying that I'm hearing is, dude, you got to identify your lowest hanging fruit, which means your biggest opportunity now, and attack it and go.
Most powerful action that you can take.
You guys got to start.
Yep.
Now again, I mean, what some of you might want to do and can afford is to like pay coach to sit down and basically help you decide. Like, you know what, that's a good one. That is a good one. But it's just a decision you're really asking for confirmation on, because it's probably the same shit you're already thinking. You just want him to confirm it.
Yep.
And if you want to pay for confirmation, I got a program. I'll confirm it. Just tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I think what I took from this was I need a videographer now. I'm at that point where I need somebody.
Well, to build a brand, you do.
So go from what we call it mental creation to physical action.
And guys, I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, I start building a brand immediately because it takes time and it is something that you can do simultaneously. But if you don't package your purpose, you're gonna end up with a bunch of attention and nothing to sell. So if I were you, I would take step one, is make that decision like he's saying, and then package it. You gotta call it something. You got a book you handed me, that's a good looking book. You said, become a business genius or something.
Yep.
Probably right up those alleys.
Yep.
But if I were you and when I left here, I'd make a decision, pick one, and go. And the worst case scenario, what happens?
Yep.
You were wrong and nobody really responds very well. So pick another one.
Yep. And who can help you? Like I was talking to Daniel today, and he said, you know, not everybody's brain thinks I have these concepts. I'm going to sit down with my iPad and map them out. Not everybody's brain works that way. Some of you need to go back and forth and play pitch and catch with someone and let them ask you questions. Let them take notes. And I did this many years ago with 2 Market Media. They would just ask me hard questions. Like, you know, what do you do? How do you help people? And it forced me to download all this stuff. And then they put it into a framework and they said, okay, here's your 6 steps. That 6 steps became a program called Monster Producer that I ran for 10 years. But it really took me doing that session with them for them to extract that from me. And then I started going, okay, I can do this. So for him, his next step may be what? Take a meeting with them. That's physical action. Take a meeting with them and see if they can go through that process with him. And if you don't like that company, find another company. That's an action. That's a tangible action for him to take. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, I think it's been a great day. Yeah, go ahead.
Another question. So I was going to piggyback off of the videographer. Like as you mentioned, we're in construction.
Yep.
And so trying to kind of pair this, today into what we do. One, just being in this room with other like-minded people, we're trying to just further whatever we're doing is already beneficial. And then 2, using it within what we can take back from this and try to build within our own team is obviously number 2, right? And then, but going back to the videographer, there's people that I think if we put up metal buildings that are, anywhere from 20 to, 50, 60 foot tall. and we have cranes and things that are on job sites, and if we had drone, video of
Sure.
that, and video of a safety meeting in the morning, I do think that would help build our brand
Yeah.
even too.
It
Even though
would.
Do you follow Justin Waller?
yes, Jay Waller, yeah.
Perfect
So,
example. Dude that did the same thing forever, putting up steel buildings,
Yep.
and now he's got how many followers?
right.
A bunch.
Yeah. So we.
But look up a guy named Micheal Militia. Micheal_Militia. He owns
Like the paving,
yeah, he's a paving company, but I forget the name of it now.
coastal,
Coastal Paving. See, how do y'all know that?
your podcast.
Huh?
Your podcast.
You're fine.
Yeah, but look, dude, he started with no followers not too long ago. I told him what to do. He started doing it. Go look at what he's doing. He's riding around on his damn paving companies. He's talking to his employees about random shit, and his followers are freaking starting to skyrocket. He's getting deals left and right for paving
Yeah.
off that brand. He called me. He's like, "Gee," by the way, he also said, "Dude, you warned me about giving out my cell phone on your podcast." He gave out a cell phone.
We use it for recruiting in our construction elements.
Well, and to your point, there's a company, Laura Farms. I don't know if anybody's heard of that. They're in like North Dakota or South Dakota. It's a girl and her husband. They're probably in their mid-20s, and they went to I think 1 million followers already in the
Yeah.
last few months, 6-8 months. Just from filming what they do every day on a farm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and that's taken their whole
Sure.
deal to another level. But
You know, a recommendation for you would be set up a GoPro at every job site and do the sped up, because people like to see completion. Tomorrow we have a lady coming in that's considering using Lightspeed. She's called the toupee queen. She gets like 50 million views on her videos. I'm like, damn. I go, what's her Instagram? So I go look at her Instagram, and all she's doing is she's showing somebody starting out, and then speeds up, and then obviously the finished product. And I'm telling you, a couple of you guys should go see her.
I don't glue in my head. No way putting glue in my head.
No, well, again, I mean, like, you guys have decided one way or the other. There's some people still haven't made that decision. So those are the candidates for toupees, the ones that they're not ready to let it all the way go. But I'm telling you, if I ever started needing a toupee, I'm going to her. You can't even tell it's a toupee.
Yeah.
And you can jump in the pool and all that. So my point is she'll be here tomorrow, toupee queen. And the reason why she gets so many views, she doesn't even know why she gets so many views, but I do. It's because of the completion.
Yeah.
She's showing the dude sit down with his normal hair, and then all of a sudden it just looks badass, and the transformation is what they love. So when it comes to building or cleaning a driveway or constructing anything, like all you got to do is do sped up. Here's what we started with. Here's where we went, and dude, you'll get tons of freaking followers.
What did he say earlier? Instead of creating content, what did he say? Be the content.